XRP is sending out a huge move signal that it hasn't done since November. If you were around in November, you know how crazy that election supercycle was. 5-6x gains in just 2 very short months? Yes, I think we'll be doing that again very soon because of some information I'm going to give you in today's video. So please hit the like button so everyone can see it. Adoption is the first thing I want to talk about. Everyone knows that the biggest reason why the price will go up is when cryptocurrency is used all over the world, everyone will become very wealthy. That's what we all want to see, then. So the first thing I want to talk about is the people who make stablecoins, the integration of states and stablecoins as well as cryptocurrency in general. RLUSD is a safe coin, so I don't need to tell you that again. Quickly, let me play this clip. Then we'll talk about the M2 money supply, how it will grow because of this, and how it is directly linked to the prices of cryptocurrencies. Finally, here is one more great metric and technical sign that is flashing for you guys. Pay close attention. I think most of it will be US Treasuries. In fact, this is what Citibank thinks it will do, and their predictions are that this will happen by 2030. The people who create stablecoins will now hold the most US Treasuries of anyone in the world. Does this make sense? Things are going badly in the world right now. At this point, the US can't refinance its debt. The problem would be solved, though, if people bought these stablecoins and then used them to buy US bonds. Have you ever thought about why Eric Trump, who is a supporter of world liberty, is so excited about $1.00, his new steady coin? That's right. This is why this is a way to save the US and bring it closer together with cryptocurrency. There's no turning back once they open the doors. Us people who will be able to use $1.00 and these other safe coins to buy US Treasuries. What do you know? A lot of money will be able to come into the crypto markets because of that. During the same time period, JP Morgan, a $4 trillion 0 cents asset manager, also lets its clients buy Bitcoin. This is taking place. It has been built into banks, so anyone can use it, whether they want to use stablecoins, Bitcoin directly, or XRP. Yes, a lot of new people around the world are now able to use Bitcoin. This information is very important, okay? But this is going to change your life. Now let's look at Bitcoin and its year-over-year growth around the world. Everything you need to know is in this, from the US dollar to the Japanese yen and everything else. Everything in the world is empty right now. Okay, this is what's going on right now. There is a strong link between these two things. First, you should look at the blue M2 world money supply. Next, you should look at the M2 growth year over year. Finally, you should look at the Bitcoin price. At this point, all of these work together. At times, like in 2017, at the height of a bull cycle, the price of Bitcoin would rise much faster than the M2 world supply. When we went back to 2021, though, we saw that they did in fact cross. And when they crossed, the price of Bitcoin went through the roof. Before they crossed, the price of a Bitcoin coin was $10,000 0 cents. After they did, it was $53,000 0 cents per coin. Now, let's quickly jump to today. You'll notice something very interesting. They did cross, but the total amount of money in the world is growing faster than Bitcoin. Each and every time this has happened, Bitcoin has gone through the roof. To put it simply, M2 world money supply is a leading indicator. It grows first, and then Bitcoin grows very quickly after. This is because all of the extra money is invested. It is used to buy property. It's added to the stock. It's yours. This does happen. Also, everyone is printing right now. Take a look at how much the amount of M2 has grown in the last 4 or 5 years. It went from 98 to 110 right now. This amount of growth is completely crazy. There are many other signs, though, that XRP is about to take off and reach heights we've never seen before. Here is the stochastic RSI chart for the week. And finally, I always go over the daily stochastic RSI chart, but the weekly one is the one you have to pay attention to. Okay, to be honest, it's made me a huge amount of money, and the weekly stochastic RSI and the daily stochastic RSI rarely line up. But that's exactly what we're seeing now. Before I do that, I want to show you what I mean by talking about the election supercycle in November. You may have noticed that the weekly stochastic RSI was oversold after, not being at that level since July. Almost every time it's been oversold, we see crazy growth just a few weeks later. Well, 1st of July is an example. You won't believe it, but XRP was worth 38 cents a coin back here. It's July 2024. After that, we quickly became overbought, and the price of XRP almost doubled, was going for between 60 and 66 cents a coin right now. Then, of course, we were sold too much again. Surprise, surprise. As of November 4, XRP is worth 49 cents each. After only a few weeks, XRP is now worth 260 cents. A few weeks after that, it reaches a high of $3.40 per coin, which is when it was overvalued. Okay, oversold and overvalued. Now let's jump ahead to today. We've had XRP on the weekly stock for a very long time. As to GRS, I was sold too much. If you bought something during this time, you're a wild animal. You're a monster. You're a beast. You're killing it. The charts show that it has made some people a lot of money in the past. You can see that M2 is growing, which means that the money supply is growing, and that money has to go somewhere. This buy sign is green lights that flash mean buy now, please. Do not be stupid. Just wait a little while longer. Yes, that's it. And guys, we're just beginning to move up. I just want to tell you that things started to get pretty crazy when we started to move up. And it's not just the weekly, it's also the daily. If we press on the 1 day, you'll see that it looks like we're also in the oversold area. If you look here, there was a nice little drop here earlier today, and the day is also going to end soon. We'll have a report on the charts soon, but there will also be a line at the weekly start. This didn't happen since November last time. Okay, you can see that they were all lined up in a very similar way around November. We had a huge gathering just like in October. The lines were getting longer and things were getting really crazy at that point. Because of this, I do believe that there is a very high chance that things are about to get really hot again based on past events. For example, the money supply is growing faster than Bitcoin, and the weekly and daily stochastic RSI are both crossing over. I want to tell you that the last time the weekly stochastic RSI was too low was during the November supercycle. We also know that the US Federal Reserve will get resi for quantitative easing any month now. It might be next month. It might be the next month. That being said, I can promise you that you won't want to miss it when it starts.